Hi everyone, Susan Tran here for Women's Wednesday on DC News Now. And today, ahead of America's big birthday, we are talking about the American immigrant, a story. And joining us today, we have Lina Kim, an English as a second language teacher. Thank you so much for being here, Lina.
Thank you, Susan. I'm very happy to be here.
This is such a fortuitous time for all of us to kind of look back at what America has become, where we can go, and just the immigrant story that is so well weaved into this country's story as well. Yeah. So can you start by telling me a little bit about your American journey?
Okay, so I guess this started maybe about 10, 11, 12 years ago maybe, when I met my husband, who is an American citizen. I was living and working in Thailand at the time, also as an ESL teacher. So I've been an ESL teacher my whole life. So when I met my husband, I moved here to be with him and to live life here in America. And I've been here for 10 years now.
What was your first experience? Like what kind of awed you, surprised you, disappointed you?
So because I was born in Bangkok, Thailand, raised in Bangkok, Thailand in my early childhood before I moved to Canada when I was in my teens. I was familiar with, sunny places, the hot and the heat, and the humidity. So when I first moved here, we lived in Washington State. And as you know, it rains a lot there. Sometimes it gets gloomy. So I was like, oh my goodness, what is this place? Where is the sun at? So that was a little bit of a disappointment that I had. But then over time, I learned to love the rain. I learned to garden, and I appreciated the rain as time went on. So yeah, that was my first few years in America.
That must have been a shock.
A little bit, yes.
You had an interesting childhood you were describing in Thailand. You didn't spend all of your time there. You also lived in Canada. So you were a bit of an immigrant on a few levels.
Yeah, I became a child immigrant first, per se, before I became an adult immigrant later on in my life. So it all started with my aunt, who is the oldest daughter of my grandmother. She was the first one of our family to emigrate to Canada. And the very first time she brought me over, I was about 8 or 9 years old for like a summertime visit. And then later on in my teens, she brought me over again for a long-term stay. So my childhood revolved around flying back and forth between Thailand and Canada quite a bit. And so
was that unusual?
It wasn't unusual to me at the time. Like, I didn't know any better. I thought it was okay. This is very normal. Now that I'm older and have more time to reflect, I'm like, wow, I had a very interesting childhood. And so
yeah, because you were describing that your parents were young, so it was really that your grandmother and your aunts raised you.
Yes, yeah, my grandmother, and along with the help of my two aunts, they helped raise me together. Yeah, and so I went back and forth quite a bit between two families, between two countries. So I'm fully bilingual, but my main language, I would say, is English, because I did most of my education in English.
Okay, and what made you consider teaching English as a second language to folks?
Susan, that's a very good question, because I really hadn't thought about it in a while until you asked me that question just a few days ago. And I had some time to reflect and think back what really drew me to this profession. And at first, I thought it was something that was easy at the time. So when I was, after high school, I went back to live and work and continue my education in Bangkok. And teaching English was a way for me to earn some pocket money at the time. And things came easily and naturally to me. And so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna stick with this, because this is what I'm good at. So that's what I first thought. But then after, reflecting more on really what drove me to this profession, I feel like as a child growing up in Canada, watching the adults in my family struggle with language and culture and the uncertainty that life may bring, I feel like I really understand what it feels like to be the person, really wanting to understand something as simple as street signs or like a restaurant's menu or something more complicated like bills, contracts, official letters. I watched my aunts, my uncles, my grandma like go through that, and I really feel like internally and subconsciously that is what made me want to dedicate my life to help other people um, achieve English skills.
So they don't have to struggle.
Yeah, because the adults in my family, they struggled a lot. Learning a second language as an adult, it's scary. You sometimes like there's some things inside you that tell you, don't do it, you're too old. It's embarrassing to make mistakes in front of strangers. Don't do it. And I saw my family members go through stuff like that.
And what do you tell your students?
I, first and foremost, when I go into a classroom, I try really hard to make my students feel safe. I want them to know that making mistakes is actually okay. It can be fun. We get to laugh together. I will never laugh at you. I may laugh with you. And, we all get to really come out of our shell and say what we want and while learning the language. So that's really what I'm really big on, building classroom community and things like that.
And just making them comfortable.
Yes.
And this is a skill.
Safe and comfortable, yes.
Oh my goodness. All right. I bet that you bring a lot of confidence in them. And when we come back on Women's Wednesday, we're going to continue our conversation about the American dream. You're watching Women's Wednesday. Welcome back to Women's Wednesday. I'm Susan Tran, and joining me now is Lina Kim. She is an ESL, English as a Second Language teacher over at the English Empowerment Center, and this is in Falls Church, Virginia. Mm-hmm. You were saying that it is a place that teaches about 2,000 people mm-hmm. English every single year. Mm-hmm. Most are volunteers.
Yes. Most of our teachers and class aides are volunteers.
What do they say about why it is important for them to be part of this program, to be teaching?
They're first and foremost, they're very wonderful people that are willing to, give their time to come and help people that are, maybe feeling not so confident in this new country, new language. So they really believe that education is the best thing you can give someone to help them help themselves. And it starts with teaching them English.
When you see a family, kids, parents learning English, what goes through your mind?
I think it's truly empowering and inspiring to see a parent trying to improve their English so that they could have better opportunities, so maybe better job opportunities, or be able to communicate with their children's teachers in schools to understand the American school system so that they can better support their children. That is something that is just so amazing and really empowering.
When they come in, some of your students, they probably run the gamut, right? They come from different countries, they're different ages. Can you describe what a classroom looks like?
Yes, in one class, I could have students from 15 different countries out of 18 people, really. So they're from everywhere in the world: Latin America, the Middle East, Asia, Africa, just to name a few countries. So before I came here to meet you, I came from a class of 10 different countries. And I real quick, I can just say Nepal, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Peru, Ecuador, Saudi Arabia, Thailand, China. It's just from everywhere. Afghanistan, Sudan.
And what is the age range?
All over. So with the English Empowerment Center, because I teach the family learning program, so basically it's anybody who is either a parent, a guardian, or a caretaker. So I can have a mom and dad next to a grandparent, or someone working with children as a babysitter, or so it really, you can imagine, you could go from early 20s to late 50s.
Do they have apprehensions? Are they nervous, anxious, kind
Yes.
of self-conscious about the whole process?
Yes, you can imagine yourself going someplace and sitting among strangers for the first time, and the teacher is an English speaker. She or he may not speak your language. How are you going to communicate? So it's a very daunting experience, right? So yes, I would say the first class, everyone's like kind of quiet, like I don't want to say anything, I don't want to make mistakes, I don't know these people. So it's really it is my job to make everyone feel at ease. Everyone, hey, we can do this together, like instill in them the growth mindset, things like that.
And what do they tell you are some of their kind of surprises of arriving? Because you're in Northern Virginia now. It is a mixing pot, so fortunately, it's not as startling because you can find all sorts of foods and cultures and people.
Yeah.
But what has surprised them in their arrival?
I think the fact that Virginia is such a big melting pot, it can be a double-edged sword because if you really wanted to, you didn't have to learn English at all. You could live your day speaking only Spanish or Pashto or Dari because like there's a huge community of probably your people, right? So I think the thing that really surprises my students the most is, getting to know or build connections, build friendships with people from other cultures or who speak other languages. At the end of the course, I always ask them, like, what did you enjoy the most in this course? And they always say, my classmates, my friends, my teachers. Everyone comes from different places, but we have the same desire. We want to improve our English and we want to have a better future. And that really brings people together. I really think that by coming out to learn English, it really bridges the differences between cultures and languages and whatever backgrounds we come from. So it's a really wonderful thing to see.
Yeah, it is the connection that keeps people going and living longer and happier.
Oh, yes.
And that just makes so much sense that you're just not a stranger in a strange land.
It just gives you more options to if you want to talk to your neighbors who may not come from your country. If you can speak English, you have the option to get to know them, to say hi, hello, and go beyond that and ask them about their children and things like that to really make friends. And life is good with friends, right? So,
do you find that there are kind of economic barriers in this whole process? Because you would have to be able to afford, to take these classes and the time not working.
I'm really glad that you asked that because after living here for 2.5 years for myself, I didn't realize how many resources we have in our communities to help our immigrants really learn the language and settle down and really have opportunities in life. So yes, the struggles are there, of course. Moving to a new country is never easy, but I feel like America, and Virginia specifically, we do such a good job really opening up doors and windows. Like look at the English Empowerment Center, for example. Our courses are very affordable.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the students only just pay for the textbooks.
Oh, wonderful. All right. You're watching Women's Wednesday. I'm Susan Tran. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Women's Wednesday. I'm Susan Tran. We are talking about America's big 250th birthday with Lina Kim, an English as a second language teacher. Thank you so much. And we're going to continue the conversation about the English Empowerment Center where you teach. And what have the students described to you as being here in America as we look at this huge milestone birthday of 250 years? Also at a time when it could be a little daunting to be an immigrant.
For sure. So I'm glad you asked that because my answer may surprise you. I had a chance to do a little mini interview with almost all of my students, and the general consensus is that they're very grateful to be here. They feel really lucky, and to them, to a lot of their friends and family back home, the American life is the dream. Like they grew up watching Disney movies, Hollywood movies, and everybody back home is like to make it to America. Like that is, to quote my students, the creme de la creme, cream of the crop, she said. And so I feel like apart from that, they really appreciate the safety and security that America offers and the opportunity and resources for them, for their children, for their spouse. It's just that is kind of the general answer that I got from them. And they're, my students, they're such strong people, Susan. They teach me so much about life. Like people think that I'm the only one doing the instructing and the teaching, but that is really not the case. My students teach me every day about hope, courage, resilience, optimism in a hard time. They're the ones saying, "Hey, this is not bad. I'm happy here. I'm very thankful." And like you said, this may be perceived as a hard time to be an immigrant here, but it shouldn't stop you from counting your blessings and stop for a second and express gratitude towards the people around you, this country. And one of my students from Bolivia, she actually told me, once you get to know the American people, and I'm sure she's speaking from her experience with friends and neighbors and the people she works with, she said that the American people are really kind and caring, and everyone is just so nice. And as when I heard that, in my mind, I'm like, wow, that's not something you think about every day,
Yeah.
And that reminds me of the staff or the volunteers that I work with at EEC or the English Empowerment Center. These are the American people, and not all of them are Americans. Some of them are immigrants who were our students who graduated but didn't want to leave, so they came back as volunteers and continued to offer their services to the community. And so there are so many kind people around us, ready to help.
Yeah. And I think that once you get to know your neighbor, your friend, it breaks down so many barriers that it does help that you're no longer the stranger or the strange person.
And you feel like you belong. You find your place in the society and the community.
Yeah.
And, when you're happy with yourselves, your children benefit from that as well.
I've been watching kind of the split screen of the desire maybe to change our immigration rules for what's happening with the Supreme Court and birthright citizenship. And you see the mass deportations and the roundups and the ICE detention centers. And then you see this other parallel of the World Cup and all of these international visitors who are coming and wowed over America and our ranch dressing and our big stadiums and our very friendly people and amazing food. And it is such a interesting dichotomy of once you get to know the people, it's really hard to resist but loving them.
Exactly.
Is that what your students are experiencing? Because it might have been a sense of unwelcome at certain points, but that was not a given forever.
Yeah, so I think the students or the group of immigrants that I work very closely with, the fact that they step out to come and learn English, like they're already very courageous and they're already very resilient, right?
Of course.
So they have that mindset to begin with, that attitude that I can do this. So they're really strong, and in turn, they're very optimistic and hopeful about their future in this country. And of course, the fears there, the struggles are there, but it doesn't stop them from to keep going, to keep moving on, to improve my English. And even if in the future, even if they can't settle down here, they will look back and say, you know what, America was such a good experience in my life. I got to learn the language. I got to meet the good and kind people. I got to keep in touch with them, as I go on to continue to live my life.
Did they have fears?
I think only when they get into social media a lot, and then sometimes we feel like, oh my goodness, is that true? But then when they actually come into my class and they actually reality, their reality is not bad at all. And so I kind of I want to balance between like, yes, it's good to know what's going on around you, but at the same time, you know, like ground techniques. This is where we are. You're in the classroom. You're sitting amongst friends, amongst family here. We're all supportive of one another. So focus on that. See the positive and see the good. That is like so close around you.
I feel like that is good advice for all of us. I mean, what social media is not tangible. But real life, what you are experiencing, that is a reality that we get to live.
Yes, definitely.
What an amazing American story that you're able to share and showcase, Lina. Thank you so much for your time. One last birthday wish for America, what would that be?
I'm going to quote my students again. They said, "Happy birthday, America." And I wish that America continue to grow stronger and stronger every day. And they're very happy to be part of this support for this great country of ours.
All right. You're watching Women's Wednesday. Thank you.